Let's debunk some of the protein myths that are floating around the internet. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Jing here from Authentic Energy. Okay, so what have you heard about protein? Are you one of those people that question if eating too much protein is bad for you, if protein is damaging your kidney, right? So I hear about all these different questions all the time. So I want to take today's opportunity to actually debunk some of the misinformation and the myths about protein that are, basically floating around, and some of you may have, right? And especially that we are coaching with Herbalife Nutrition here, which promotes a protein balanced diet, right? But somehow a lot of people would actually misinterpret that as like, you're promoting eating a lot of protein. Okay, is that even good for me, right? And why do I need protein for weight loss or weight gain? Why are we talking about protein all the time? Okay, so I want to break down some of the common myths in this video today, and hopefully that would actually help you guys get a better understanding of, like what protein does to your body and like how much protein you should be eating. Okay, and of course, if you guys still have questions about protein shakes and things like that, feel free to write them in the comment below or reach out to me on my Instagram or Facebook at Authentic Energy. Okay, so now protein myth number 1, eating too much protein is bad for you. Okay, so while we're actually promoting eating, balanced amount of protein, we also want you guys to remember this. If you just eat crazy amount of protein, right, and without paying attention to other food, you are basically leaving no room, very little room to no room for other healthy food. Okay, so like, the Herbalife nutrition philosophy is that you need to have balanced nutrition, meaning, remember, you need to have 30% protein, 30% healthy fats, and 40% carbohydrate. So if you see this whole picture, we're not talking about eating 90% protein, right? That would be very crazy, because think about it. If you're eating mostly just protein, you have no room to eat your healthy fats to fit your like carbohydrate, right? And then that is crazy. That is like totally off balance. We do not promote anything that's like extreme. So here we don't promote having extremely high amount of fat or extremely high amount of protein. We're talking about having balanced. So that's only 30%, right? 30% of the whole diet picture you see here. 30% of the macronutrients you need in a day should be protein. Okay, but also think about this, right? If you eat too much protein without the exercise, that actually gets stored in your body as body fat. It is actually true. Even something as healthy as protein, right? If you don't do the exercise, if you don't have the body activities to burn off the calories, they actually can be stored as the, excessive body fat in your body. So we do have to pay attention to how much protein that we have. And of course, as I mentioned in my other videos before, if you don't know how much protein you need to have for your body, you need to talk to your Herbalife coach, right? And have the coach help you calculate and work out like, how many grams of protein you need in a day for your body goal, right? So if your body goal is weight loss, you need to talk to your coach about how much, protein you need. If it's just for health maintenance or if it's for muscle gain, your protein number actually is different to, someone that has a weight loss goal, right? So this is something you guys have to remember, okay? Eating too much protein, okay, would actually, your body will actually gain body fat, and eating too much protein leaves no room for other macronutrients, leaves no room for other healthy food. Okay, so in a way, it is, I wouldn't say it's bad, it's actually not healthy for you because you don't get to eat other healthy foods. Okay, so remember, always have a balanced diet. Okay, myth number 2 about protein is that a lot of people think that eating lots and lots of protein will guarantee to build muscles, right? So I get this a lot when people want to build muscles, want to gain healthy weight, so that, they talk to me about eating lots of protein and how much protein I should have. Maybe is it about having as much as I can in the day, right? So I would want you guys to know this, eating protein, just simply by eating protein alone is not going to guarantee your muscle building. Okay, you also need the right type of exercise, such as, resistance training, lifting weights, right? Not just like lifting weights randomly. You do need to have a programmed workout that involves a lot of, I'll say mostly resistance training, so that you can actually work your muscles. Right. And you do have to remember this when you actually, have your nutrition and also exercise to come together to help you build muscles. The muscle building process actually occurs during your recovery, meaning the muscle growth, right, actually happens after you stop your workout. So that actually happens while your muscles are resting, okay? And also remember this, while your muscles are resting, they also need nutrients, they need protein at this time. So if you can take high quality amount of protein, about, let's say minimum 20 grams post workout, from something like a protein shake or, your food, that actually can help your muscles repair really well, right? So this is actually the, your best chance for your muscles to repair and to rebuild and to grow. That actually happens in the recovery. Okay, protein myth number 3, protein powders are not healthy. Okay, I get this a lot, especially that we do, have a lot of different types of protein powders with Herbalife Nutrition. Okay, now I know this myth mainly stems from the fact that the belief that protein-rich foods are providing your body with other types of nutrient dense kind of like elements that protein powders do not. Okay, and I actually personally think that this comparison is not fair, because protein powders are not supposed to completely replace, right, protein rich food. Okay, which means that you should not ditch all your protein rich food and just to drink protein shakes all day. Okay, remember, protein shakes, protein powders are supposed to be supplementary, right? That is why they're called the supplements, nutritional supplements. They're there to basically supplement, the times that you cannot get enough protein from food, right? So, and also at the same time, protein powders are convenient. Okay, they're, convenient ways to actually for your body to get your extra nutrition, extra protein intake, right? Especially on the days where you're busy or like before and post workout. And also, for it's actually easier for you to track, right? With protein shakes, protein powders, it's actually easier for you to track your protein intake, right? Because a typical, protein shake serving, contains about 20 to 30 grams of protein, whether if it's made from plant-based or, whey-based protein, right? So it is actually easier for you to choose. And especially for those that are on vegetarian diet, right? It's actually a convenient way for you to actually incorporate more protein sources into your diet, right? And also another, I'll say a very convenient and nutritious tip that I would like to share with everyone is that with protein powders, you can actually add them to your food. Right? So if you're cooking a soup that you feel like, my soup is, just mainly vegetables, it's lacking some protein, but I don't have, my protein food, so that I can actually add some protein powder to my soup to enrich the protein, the protein number, right? And you can add protein powder to your baking goods and pancakes and, different fruit salad, different types of food to make it very fun. Okay, but I do want you guys to remember this. You do need to have your protein. You do need to take your protein from a variety of sources, right? Such as your fish, your poultry, or plant-based foods such as like tofu, soybeans, beans, lentils, right? These are amazing, protein-rich food that your body needs. And on top of that, you can definitely supplement with protein powders. So over here with Herbalife Nutrition, we have different types of protein powders, whether if it's like dairy based or plant based, or now we have vegan selections of protein as well, so that you have a whole variety of choices for your protein intake. Okay, now this one is one of my favorite. Myth number 4, eating protein can damage your kidneys. Okay, unless you have a kidney function problem already, or like if you have an impaired kidney function, okay, then eating a lot of protein may actually cause some, further damage. But, if you have no problems, your kidneys are functioning perfectly well, okay, then, your kidneys actually has, the perfect function and the ability to actually filter out, unwanted, I'll say, the waste, right? So one of the functions of our kidneys is to actually filter out unwanted like waste that actually comes from the breakdown of the food, including the nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen is also a type of like unwanted waste from the breakdown of the protein. Okay, so a perfectly functioning kidney, in your body, if your kidneys are healthy, they should actually filter out, the nitrogen from the breakdown of, the protein that's being eaten. Okay, so you have nothing to worry about. And I've actually spoken about this in one of my previous videos. You can check it out here about the side effects, because I know that there are a lot of rumors and hearsays about, drinking Herbalife or drinking a lot of like, Herbalife protein shakes can cause a lot of kidney damage, right? But I do want you guys to really question, whether if the so-called damages have been done to the people that actually have, kind of like pre-existing kidney conditions, or if they have, kidney function problems already, right? And which is why, whenever people come to me and talk to me about, certain health conditions they have, I always tell them to talk to their doctors first. Okay, so if you got like some kind of kidney function problems and your doctor has already advised you to stay away from eating, say, certain type of food, or eating too much protein from certain sources, then you should actually listen to your doctor. Right? So here's my answer for this. Okay, lastly, myth number 5, you can't get enough protein if you're on a vegetarian or a vegan diet. Right? So let me know in the comment below how many of you are actually vegans or vegetarians, and you're often confused about, how much protein you need to have, or maybe you're simply struggling to, have enough protein intake, right? So I want you guys to remember this, okay? You don't have to worry about it, because a well-planned nutrition, that if you have a well-planned nutrition guide that you follow, you will not have to worry about not getting enough protein. Because even if you're on the vegetarian or vegan diet, there's still like a whole range, a whole variety of plant-based protein sources that you can actually get your protein from, right? But under the circumstance that, you are following a well-planned vegetarian or vegan, meal plan. Right? So this is where you actually have to talk to your Herbalife coach about, how many grams of protein you need in a day, and, to really understand and educate yourself on which types of plant-based protein, have the highest numbers, the most high quality and are the most protein-rich type of the food that you should get your protein from, right? So in an example here we have is our Herbalife shake, right? Our nutrition shake, or the Herbalife protein shake that actually contains soy protein. So soy is actually one of the highest, I'll say, plant-based food source that contains like very high number of protein per serving, right? So this is where you can actually look at, out of all the plant-based sources you have, what are your choices of the high plant-based, right, comparing to maybe the very, very low plant-based kind of food. And you do need to plan your meals around, like selecting the high quality plant-based protein food versus the ones that don't give your body that much protein, right? But again, as vegan or vegetarian, you still have to follow a very balanced diet, right? So not just like going crazy with protein, but also you need to make sure you get your body the healthy fats and also, the carbohydrates, right? So have everything balanced. But obviously it is a little bit more challenging, just a little bit more challenging than the meat eaters, because, with the access to meat, you do you can easily get high amount of protein, but with plant-based you still can. Okay, so you know, obviously if you do your research online, there are lots and lots of bodybuilders or athletes that are vegan, right? And they're performing just as amazing as the meat eaters, the meat eating athletes. So that goes to show that it doesn't matter if you're meat eater or if you're vegan or vegetarian, you still can get your, you know, good amount of protein from the right sources. Okay, so this is you know, my answer to that. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And of course, if you still have some questions about protein, you can write them in the comment below. And you know, I've actually made a video previously to compare the, you know, the differences between the protein shake and the meal replacement shake, which I know a lot of people often get very confused about. You can check the link above where I actually break down the differences and when do you need a protein shake and when do you need your meal replacement shake. Okay, so this is a fun topic, and let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, and please give a thumbs up and share with the people that you think will benefit from this. And of course, you know, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm here every Saturday and Wednesday. Okay, so I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Oh.